see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back.
Win her back? Inspect the knights on horseback, inspect the blue uniforms, inspect the figures in rags. Dig up a truly cool figure in the back under the table, and then step away from the table. Let's see, win her back?
Yes. Buy something nice. A figurine. This sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy.
Inspect the knights on horseback?
Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks, the kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
Point at the knights on horseback. Who are they?
Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys.
A long, long time ago.
Inspect the blue uniforms?
They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
Point at the blue figurines. Are these royalist soldiers?
Which ones? Ah, those. Yes, they are. I find the paint job a bit gaudy, but children like the bright colours indiscriminately.
Oh, that's fucked up. Inspect the figurines and rags.
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
Point at the figurines and rags. Are these even soldiers?
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers, revolutionary soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
It's meant to give people hope even we can do it. The contrast is meant to be disheartening as it ought to be. As it is impossible to win against the cohorts of capital, as my friend Garte, whose bitchin' made me. I wish it was more nuanced. As it stands, I cannot comment.
Maybe.
That's it. Step away from the table.
You see rows of toy soldiers. The boomboxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
Stand on the tips of your toes to see more.
One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. This is you. Golden orange. A sunset suite. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Shopkeep, the Stereo 8 approved machine here. What I really want to know is, could this device come out handy in my police work? Are you sure this is all in working order?
Is the Harman Welsh W2, made in Vespa, designed in Seoul, plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real.
What I really want to know is, could this device come in handy in my police work?
If police work means playing tapes, sure. You can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
See, are you sure this is all in working order?
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech. found sounds and music from a variety of genres, even though I don't really like music.
That's all.
If you don't mind, please put the flashlight away. Some of us have photonic sensitivities.
Let's see. All right. Sorry about that.
I do appreciate it. It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting you. Shake your head. It's shameful how insufficient a police presence is in these parts. Now that the RCM is here, tell me, have you had any trouble lately?
I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Not quite a collection indeed. Look around. Typical vicious consumerist objects. Honestly, I think some of your selections are, push your fingers to your lips, more tasteful than the others. This business plan is all over the place. You should specialize, zoom in, recapitalize.
It keeps me entertained.
Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what? Okay, he definitely is high. Whatever it is, you've probably done it, and many other things besides. But you can't cut through the jumble of sensations to get to the answer. A guarded man like him wouldn't tell you if you asked out loud.
Something I like to
Let
sell.
me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling? Anything else you're thinking of selling? I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment. And especially that tie. It swallows photons around it. I have no need for necrotic objects.
Your mother is a necrotic object! I'm fun! Look at me sparkle in the light of the projector!
That's funny. I don't have anything to sell at the moment.
Another time, perhaps.
Nope, still no clue. You obviously haven't been doing enough drugs lately.
I felt a 73% check. That doesn't make sense. By the way, do you happen to have any guns like the ones carried by officers of the city's militia?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
What? Sold? The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
Wait, I showed you my gun? Was the buyer a policeman too? At least now I know how I lost my sidearm. Let's talk about something else. Was the buyer a policeman too?
She didn't seem like a policeman,
She.
although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside.
There's only one explanation. She must be one of my rabid fans. Maybe she's a vigilante, wants to prove she can do her job better than we can. I don't like it either. What if she intends to commit a crime and blame it on the citizens' militia?
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find her.
He looks around Ward. Any idea where I can find this buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
I think it's the girl from my neighbor. Wait, I sold you my gun?
With Kim here too. That just sounded really, really bad.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you.
I feel like there's something you're not telling
You
me.
weren't quiet yourself, officer.
What was I like?
You were very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and that you can't trust yourself with it tonight. And that you need the money. When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it. Then I agreed to take it.
Suicidal.
You sucked on a gun? Good. Very normal.
Wait, how much did I sell the gun for? Happens to the best of us, I guess. I really should have killed myself. Maybe I still will. Maybe I still will one of these days. I'm so sorry you had to see me in that state. We don't have to talk about it any further. Yeah, wait, how much did I sell the gun for?
15 real.
That's it?
The lieutenant looks from you to Roy, and then back to you. It's clear that he hopes this tableau might still turn out to be a bad dream. It's not, though. This has got to be the most. Wow. There's pity there, too. In case you didn't notice.
What happens to the best of us? I really should. So sorry you had to see me in that state. We don't have to talk about it any further.
No apologies necessary, officer.
With Kim here too?
You were and I don't like.
He's not telling you the whole story.
You weren't. You were very nice.
You sucked on a gun? Good.
No apologies necessary, officer.
At least now I know how I lost my sidearm. Let's talk about something else.
Of course.
I wanted to ask about my missing gun
Sure
again.
thing. She didn't seem like a police. Truth be told.
Right, so
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside.
in that case, she'll be happy to get a visit from us, if we can find her.
Thanks for the review. Let's talk about something
Sure,
else.
man.
You might be able to aid our
I
investigation.
doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Know anything about the recent
I do
hanging?
my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business, bad for everyone.
No one likes to see what you have to see every day.
Know anything about the... Actually, that's all I've got.
Pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
I have other business to take care of now.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type.
Wait, there are couple types?
Yes. Guess what's yours?
I'm sorry you had to monitor me.
Okay, just for the length of this short demonstration, please say something that isn't, I'm sorry. Guess. What is it?
Sorry, cop. I'm sorry. I'm sure.
Yes, sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Huge lack of enthusiasm going on in here.
Okay, but what are the other couple types? The other jealous, I'm sorry. Okay, they should be fine. Do want the other couple types to be jealous?
What? Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine. Don't worry. They'll be super, super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual Copo type from sorry to anything.
Okay, but what are the other couple types?
Oh, you know. Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop, liquid shadow cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go.
You know, actually, I'm not sorry. I changed my mind. Fucking. Sorry.
Yes. Impotent rage and lamentation. Let's wrap it up.
You know, actually, I'm not sorry. I changed my mind.
No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin the repentance.
No, I'm really not sorry. Fuck off.
Wow. Okay. Fuck off. Maybe we were wrong about you then. Check out the big balls on fire, cop.
Hello again. How can I help you?
Mostly military wear with a few more eccentric fashions thrown in.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
Let your gaze run over the street light. Is that a street light? Where did you get this? How much for the street light? There's nothing else you need to know. Let your gaze run over the street
The
light.
light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently.
Where did you get this?
It was brought to me to be altered.
Babe, how come it doesn't in hell?
It's probably dead, baby.
But I've been charging this shit.
Suck it hard. You gotta do it hard, sometimes it gets fogged. Like, sometimes you gotta hear that fog. There you go. Don't fuck it up.
Damn. I think I'm in the stream. I'm in the stream now. Get hot. Every time I hit that shit, get hot. It's like it goes through my own body. Damn, 77 in here?
I'm trying to.
Damn, it's hot.
Yeah,
You
close
sweaty?
the windows if
Were
you
you sweaty when you were sleeping? Huh?
No, you were sweating.
How do you know?
Because I felt it.
Baby, come
Can you
down.
give me a fucking sauce?
Hell no.
Oh.
God, Blake, you've been interrupting me way too long. You told me to go to sleep, but you want to go to sleep, now you tell me to massage your feet. Like, nah, bro. Didn't you tell me to go to sleep, too?
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property.
He leans in so the pawnbroker doesn't hear him.
You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
He pauses, studying the light. Is that a street light? Yeah.
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
How much for the streetlight?
700 real. A bargain, I dare say.
A bargain? No, it's not. He's trying to sweet talk you into buying trash.
Are you out of your mind? There's one just like that in every corner. Even taking into the account the risk of obtaining a light, that seems a bit steep. 700 sounds about right. I imagine it wasn't easy sawing off that streetlight.
The light has undergone 3 transformations, and every transformation, large or small, has a price tag.
He rests his elbows on the counter and brings his face closer to the glass. What do you mean transportation?
Well, there are the costs of removal and rewiring.
He throws you a look of worried
The
patience.
most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
There's nothing else you need to know about the light. That's fucking crazy.
Yes? What do you want to know? Good.
Keep looking, maybe someone else.
They will tell on you without realizing that they are telling on you. Like, looking at anything.
Throw that shit, bro.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves, and your boombox, that gold and amber Harman Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape-reel eyes.
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of...
That's cool.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the...
Water lock out of order until Wednesday, 7:15 a.m.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything. You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then, nothing happens. Nothing happens. A cold gust of wind blowing in from the sea interrupts the silence of the situation.
The lieutenant hums to himself while staring at your activities.
Nothing happens. The spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across the canal, some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning? Nothing happened. A spring brings... Wasn't there a sign saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
To get to the coast, you need to use the panel to close the water lock. It's been blocked pending repairs, which should be done by Wednesday morning. This will open up a new area in Martinique. Beautiful. Butter signs down.
A crumpled billboard reading, Samaran butter soaks in the canal. Two ugly lines mar the bright countenance of the blonde boy depicted.
What is Samurai butter?
Whatever it is, the boy on the billboard seems very happy about it.
G'day to you, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them. His posture is relaxed. Despite his powerful build and a knife in his hand, this man resorts to physical intimidation only infrequently, if at all.
First things first, what are you doing here, man? What are you doing here? Man on the water lock. Do you know what caused this wreckage? Point at the smash billboard in the canal.
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Rivershoal.
The word Daredevil Driver sound ominous to you.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
What's with the lever that does nothing? Point at the control panel next to him. Do you know what's further down the coast? You know what's further down the coast?
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it.
He thinks for a moment.
Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
What's with the lever that does nothing? Point at the control panel next to him.
It's supposed to operate the waterlock, but as noted, it's all junk right now. Disabled because of the blockage.
Why is it disabled?
Safety measure. Turns out the panel needs a special key to be reactivated. Wouldn't want anyone moving the waterlock with debris still in the channel. It'll be restarted on Wednesday morning. You want to do the honors when the time comes?
Do I ever? Not enthusiastically. We'll see, I'm not all that into manual labor.
Great! Just drop in on Wednesday if you want to see the waterlock at work. They say the canal crew will be here at 7:15.
7:15 on Wednesday.
The coast part of the map is inaccessible until the third day.
Can I have some of that salami?
Sure thing.
He cuts off a slice of salami.
Want some too, officer?
Turns to the lieutenant.
Why not?
Lieutenant ponders the offers for a moment, then decides to go for it. He takes a slice of salami from the man and chews on it.
Sure thing. Want some too, off?
Why not?
Bye. Okay.
A rusting control. This panel.
Yeah, 7:15 on the third day. Got it.
A crumpled billboard.
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. You keep coming back.
The speakers below are
Tire tracks leading onto the roof. The slush and rain has almost washed them off. You're the angriest man I know, Rene. The spirits of chirps and clicks of shallow.
the worn and beaten wooden planks of
We can sit on benches after.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the
the worn and beaten wooden.
You can revisit.
Maybe a sea monster did this to the plaza. That much looks like it could have been caused by an earthquake.
Inside, a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
You the Saint Ghislaine 8B.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
It's the main hall, building A.
An off-key melody starts playing after you ring the doorbell. Then a woman picks up the receiver.
Kudos, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games.
Who's Kuno? This is the police. Please open the door. So I was just trying when
Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were...
there's a spot of static that overrides her
But
words.
the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore. So I can't help you. Please don't call here again. Thanks.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead. You hear the same waiting room music, but no one picks up the receiver anymore.
Andrew Orlando Hare SCA.
You ring the doorbell, but no one answers. Just seeing the words Andrew Orlando gets your hackles up. Its very existence is a threat to your masculinity, to say nothing of your hair.
Artemetep's boxing for young athletes in gym.
All you hear is static, but no one answers the call.
24th window.
You ring the doorbell, but nothing happens.
Emma's fashion atelier.
You wait for a minute or two, but all you get from the call box is silence. No one answers the call.
Favorite taxi, the rest has been burned off.
Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter. The doorbell doesn't work anymore.
Slipstream CSA.
You hear static from the intercom speaker. It sounds as if someone has picked up the receiver, but isn't saying anything.
Hello, is anyone there?
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric.
This is a woman's voice, crackling and fragile through the static.
Have you come to place an order?
Yes, hello, can you let me inside the building, please? Yes, I've...
My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a look with you.
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice here.
It's a woman, and she knows you. Your heart beats faster. No, something's wrong here. Are you sure she's talking to you?
Do you know each other? Who are you? Where are you?
Michelle, just please.
She stops and you can hear her breathe heavily, her breath distorted by ancient static.
Sounds like a ghost. Wind blows through your clothes and you feel detached from your surroundings. Inside the building, a cold memory hangs.
Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care.
She sounds like she's shaking. Hold on, tell me what's going on. What did I do? Of course I care. It's just that I've been going through some tough time.
Ever since I came to work here, it's been different. As if my mind's been wiped clean.
A spot of static overrides her words. When she speaks again, it sounds like she's submerged.
It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally once again.
Forget about what?
She sounds like she's about to cry. The cold is deep under your skin, as if you were talking to someone who's 100 years away. Somewhere inside the building, water is flooding the cellar floor.
Hello? Oh God, please don't cry. Hang up the call. Hello?
She doesn't answer.
Hey, are you still there? You said it was nice. What's so nice about forgetting?
Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay.
What just happened? I get it. You don't want to talk to me. No one ever wants to talk to me. Fuck. Alright, it's a goodbye then.
Another seagull passes by. It's getting cold standing here, staring at the...
It must have been some kind of faulty wiring. We should maybe stop playing with this doorbell. It looks ancient.
Alright, it's a goodbye then.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box read.
No, hold on. The last thing you need in your life is more hysteric emotions. Forget it. Find something else to do.
Fortress Accident CSA.
Silence.
SCA.
No one's home at Fortress Accident. Silence. No one's... Looks like someone. You wait for a minute. You ring the door. All you hear is you ring the door. Just seeing the words Andro Orlando gets your hackles up. You hear the same waiting room
Show
music.
iCity.
Silence. No one answers the doorbell.
Main hall, building B, we're only in rags.
Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you.
East Delta Pinball entrance from building B.
Silence. No one answers your call.
Empty card.
This button looks new, but someone has removed the name card. Nothing happens when you try to ring it.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
He takes a step back, inspecting the other names on the list. You need to find a button. Oh, damn. The letter R wears a crown, and the ribbons below a light above descending.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags.
There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
Why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a trash
Well,
container.
it is a container. Maybe you're prioritizing it.
Lieutenant, what do you think could be in there?
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too.
Yeah, I feel like there's something in there. Seems like a reasonable assumption. Then we should open it immediately.
What do you mean, feel?
It's extrasensory perception. Whatever is in there holds a special significance. Someone threw some.
I agree. We should get someone from the remote viewers division here.
There is no need for sarcasm. I just feel strongly about it. That's all. Maybe it's not connected to the case, but still.
Oh. It might also be evidence. The mob could have disposed of something in there. We should get it open.
Well, it is a container. The lieutenant leans in to inspect the lock. Well,
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria.
well, it is a...
Trash, food. What do you mean, feel?
How do we get the lock
We
open?
could try using a pry bar. The one you took from my motor carriage, or...
Did someone say pry bar?
Fuck yeah, pry bar. What's a pry bar? Forget about the pry bar. It's not a pry bar. It's a crowbar.
Pry bar, crowbar. Leverage displacement tool of the gods. Your hands have held its painted flaked metal 100,000 times.
Or Lieutenant?
Or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
Ask the manager? Bullshit. Go straight for the pry bar and pry this baby wide open.
Sleeve.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says,
Who's this guy? It's all about money, you know? You gotta spend money to make money. Money is what really matters. They say money can't buy you happiness, but that just means you don't have enough money. You have to invest your money. You can buy stocks with money and then use those stocks to make even more money. That way you'll have enough when you grow to or to make new money. Real estate is a graveyard where tired old money goes to rest. Money is what literally makes the world turn. The laws of money are just like the laws of nature. Unpaid labor doesn't net you any money. There's no such thing as free money. Money is all about numbers. Money is actually all about trust.
Can I help you?
It's a trash container out back, yours?
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rag.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
it seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
No, it doesn't. Nothing stirs in me, and it isn't callous. It's common sense. I wonder what the
Prod
feeling
at him
is.
and find out.
There seems callous to you regarding even your leftovers from the poor. We need those keys.
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
He takes the keys from under the counter. There's a locked trash container behind the rolling in rags. The manager Garte should have a key. Alternatively, you could use brute force to pry the lid open. You just need a pry bar. Okay.
Hello again, sweetie.
You see a heavy The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod. acknowledging your presence.
Do you know what's behind the door?
He looks up at you, then looks away quickly. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door. This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags.
Open a padlock with the key.
With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Didn't I just have a pre-option that there's something in there?
There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the lid. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Look under the boxes of carton.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Pick up the rags.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
Grab them.
As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer.
The lieutenant produces a black plastic bag, mark evidence from his pocket.
Guitar marked blue jeans. Pocket empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too, a white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Reach for it.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
Bag the shirt.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
A thrown out towel, mug, that's all.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
Yeah, we need to ask the kids who put them there. You think someone from the ruling might have been involved, maybe?
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
Yeah, we need to ask the kids who put them. We need to ask the kids who put them here.
The fuck's he on about, kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
See?
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash can. Not much to see here anymore. Just the burnt apron and some kitchen towel. You see milk. A box falls into pieces. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels mostly. Unidentified sludge and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this?
What, elbows out? There's nothing more here. What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
Pick it out.
Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
No, it can't be. I don't know what this is. No, it can't be.
Yes, it is. Look. This plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form.
A miserable looking slip of paper sticks to the board.
If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash?
I'd rather not talk about it right now. I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore. That's why I tried to flush my cop life down the toilet. It has a forbidding quality to it. Maybe I need to lose it for the great bloodletting to begin. It must have been cramping my style.
Well...
His eyes express a rare condolence. Then he picks it up.
Lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes.
Okay, I'll do that. Say nothing. I don't know, man. Sounds like an order. I don't like those. Okay, I'll do that.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
He peers into the trash where soggy cartons and rags stink uninvitingly.
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
The mug, I'm getting that mug too.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron.
An antique?
Only in its social sensibility.
Took the mug. The lieutenant briefly glances at the mug, then returns his sight to the trash.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
There's nothing more of interest in the container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste. Not much to see here anymore. You see, a box falls. There's nothing. The container sounds a muffled gong.
Nothing that's it. The victim's clothes were in a trash container out back, nearly folded. Who could have put them there and why? Only the welding staff was supposed to have the key. Read your ledger and in the case. This case needs an official name. Go to your inventory and interact with the damaged ledger to give it one. Finding the right line may take some time. This broken-eared mug somehow made its way into the whirling and rags dumpster. It depicts a person of Samaritan descent, frolicking in a field of saffron flowers, buck-toothed and grinning feeble-mindedly. It seems to be a cheap knockoff of some colonial-era antique.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much.
There's quite a lot to read into here, actually. Look at all the content.
Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
This mug is an example of prejudice. I'm going to use it as an example of what not to do. I'm going to push this into the face of every merchant I find and tell them this is your inane ideology. This mug will be useful. By denouncing it, I can earn political capital to mask my bad-ass hustling, fraud, and embezzlement. The mug didn't belong in the trash. It was just a funny mug. Can't anyone laugh anymore?
Understood. You're that kind of detective. Why don't you get back to your case? It's just a race, but it will not happen. The mug talk is exhausted. It is time to return to work.
This is the ledger you found in the trash. It's full of notes written in a man's dense cursive. Have a closer look. Maybe it can be salvaged to start keeping notes on the case.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Anything else? I think I got it.
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
Smell the
The
ledger.
acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner.
It's nasty. Look at it.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back, you see the embossed letters, RCM.
What did you say the color
Blue.
was?
The blue heart. Don't look into it.
Check the ledger.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment?
Look inside.
The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli
would I open
with
it?
your hands. U4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the board. It's made of dark with your hands. U4-sized pages hang from the clip.
like the toilet
It's
paper.
just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Maybe it's kitchen tissue. They look exactly the same.
If you want it to be kitchen tissue, it can be kitchen tissue. It's not though. It's toilet paper.
Take it off.
Still wet, the toilet paper, kitchen tissue, peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off your finger and voila, the ledger now looks marginally better.
Inspect the clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Run your finger across the aluminum.
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
Lieutenant, is this one of the hologram watermarks you mentioned?
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to RCM property.
Interesting. What kind of information?
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that. Your kill count. Yours will surely have your kill count.
How can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
Like, for example...
All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
That's all. Thank
Okay.
you.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight. An aluminium block. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular.
What? Yes, okay.
While a bunch of
Those
sodden,
are the white
they're not
papers?
exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What is in there? What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
It's 2 cases a week, a good caseload, Lieutenant. There was mention of a naming convention here. Official case. 2 room.
There is, for precisely 1 more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish.
Commit to paper using a pen line I gave you.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
There was a mention of a naming convention
Yes,
here.
it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name.
Oh my, they're written in capital letters too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
More?
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. You like this grimy murdering, don't you? Wish there was one in there about a drug den. You love those. Gets the blood pumping. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
There's 2 cases a week, a good caseload, Lieutenant.
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
2 cases a week appears to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I completed them now. Not every time.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes. I burned out alright. Nice brisk pace, the way I like it.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
God knows I've made my share. He tries not to think of them. Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
Kim, my case appears to employ some kind of naming convention.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
No, I mean a non-numeric one with titles.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Why
It's
is
a
that?
holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
It seems to have named the case the Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out.
What happened to him?
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
There is, for precisely one more. 15
Come into the paper
pages
using
near
the pen
end
Lane I
remain.
gave you.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager.
Cross out the ones you've already finished.
A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. And a fuck you to you too. That last one cuts a slash right through the paper. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
The Hanged Man.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out. Yes, however, it's a holdover from the early days. Again, in your I pray his love. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident. Huh?
Arson, petty theft, spousal abuse. Handwritten logs on dozens of investigations date back to January 51. Stamped case files. Commit to paper. These are your last couple of months in Revachol, Precinct 41, Jamrock Quarter.
I'm done inspecting these. Close the case files.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Browse the case files again.
Arson, petty theft, spousal abuse. You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Browse the yellow papers.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copy of paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form.
What type of forms are there?
3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of.
Misconduct
A
fine.
monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields.
Station call.
These are quite sinister in turn. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing.
Field autopsy.
A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs. Color of the irises, predation marks, condition of sexual organs.
Enough of these.
Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper.
Put the ledger away.
It's the ledger you found in the trap. It's just a racist mug. But it will not.
Read the watermarks. Get in front of Kanima's headlights to read the halogen watermarks in Elijah. This may yield some information about who you are. First, go to Kanima and turn on the lights. Okay.
The trash container. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste. The container sounds a muffled gong.
Smells like spoiled meat and curdly dairy. A human being decomposes.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
What kind of boots?
Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails, all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Lieutenant Worker boot tracks, point to them.
Noted.
Okay, this kid's ladder is rickety but still climbable. Someone is trying to grow herbs in a greenhouse. Beautiful.
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting.
What am I doing?
Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hair.
What do I see?
Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world.
How does it feel?
Your shirt sticks to your chest. The shoulders of your disco blazer grow heavy. The cold finds its way in under your skin. You shiver, and the city shivers with you. You're not dressed for this weather. You should get an overcoat or a patrol cloak.
What is in the west?
Sheets of rain over the water. A flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinez, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet. Beyond the Bay of Revachol, ghosts rise into the sky.
Who are you? Ghost? What is down the shore? Run your fingers through your dampened hair.
The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows. Will you ever go there?
Will I?
No, You are just one of the hundreds of thousands who watch them rise across the bay from Martinez every day.
What is down the shore?
Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs, cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction, a defunct research and development building once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water.
And beyond that?
Coal City, end of all lines.
Run your fingers through your dampened hair.
Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance.
What's in the east?
There's a fleet on the corner. A plastic coat is folded into a small triangle under the counter by the window. Beyond that, the strikebreakers have gathered. The great gates of the industrial harbor are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide.
Clench your teeth to stop shuddering. Shake your shoulders again. Clench your teeth.
Behind the gates, heaps of supply crates, red and blue metal shipping containers, slick with rain. The Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor is an artificial mountain range. Immense wealth resides within, and immeasurable poverty in its shadow.
And before that?
You, on the Martinez Plaza, a small dot looking up at the sky. Droplets form on your eyelashes.
And beyond that?
La Drusienne, King Dries passenger harbor. Cruise ships flanked by dock arms. Cranes watching over the mouth of the river distributary.
What is across the distributary?
Couron, the lower middle class. Distributary after distributary cuts the city blocks in half. 7-story buildings trail off into the rain.
What is beyond the Couron?
A silvery curtain of rain over the houses. The class divide. There's a fleet on the great gates of the industry. You shudder, looking down at your feet. The 2 green snakeskin shoes stand at attention on the mosaic paving of the plaza.
What's in the north?
Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play.
And closer to here?
A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Coal leaks into a puddle beneath a dead man's feet. He swings from a tree, bloated. Droplets of rain slip from his cold cheeks. Capeside, hallways, a yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed.
What's in the south?
Coal leaks into a puddle. A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised.
What's on the other side?
The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock.
What is Jamrock?
Revachol is the capital of the world. Jamrock is the capital of Revachol. Droplets form on your eyelashes.
So Revachol is the capital of the world. Jamrock is the capital of Revachol.
It's home.
Where the hood at? Why am I not there? Where do I live? Should I look further? Why am I
To
not
be
there?
in Martinez, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town, in the shadow of the day the revolution fell.
What am I doing here?
Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock Rock City stretches inland.
Where do I live?
To be in Martinez, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town, standing in the rain, looking to be in Martinez, standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock Rock City, on a street there that flows like a muddy river in the snow, with fire traps rising on either side. A film rental opens its doors to the rain. An armored motor carriage rushes past the corner, where you used to walk together. Suddenly, the hair on your back rises.
You cannot return.
Where the hood
I
at?
have a brother in the cut. Where the hood at?
Should I look further?
In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain. Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink.
What's above?
Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears.
And what's below?
Collapsed storm drains, old sewage systems flooded with rainwater. Hidden weapon caches from the Revolution. Doors leading down to Le Royaume. The catacombs to which, for 3 centuries, they delivered the blue-blooded dead.
Motherfucker, finished up.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. You should get a raincoat. There's a freight to the east. They sell them there. Yes? What do you want to know? Good. What about me? Good. Excuse me? You have a...
A moment passed. It's the ledger you found in the trash. An aluminium block runs a bunch of sodden. An aluminium block. The surface is interrupted by a silvery...
What? Yes, any capable, all RCMV.
This means you can read the water.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand. It's a sorry sight. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox,
Kim, how do I turn on the
and
headlights?
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carriage.
Press engine start.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rouse beneath gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canadian comes to life with a whiny growl.
Press the button labeled headlights.
The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
There's a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, No, hundreds of micro-perforations.
Look at the shimmering street grid.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
Wait, look around you. Where are we on this? Point to the hologram map.
A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry. In the middle of a broken plaza, in a cone of light, barely visible in the daytime, two men, one slim, the other sturdy. They are on the city stage, but only one of them knows his lines.
Ah, Martinez.
He smells the air and says, "Where are we on this?" Point to the hologram map.
Let me see.
He takes the ledger from one and inspects it.
Right here.
Right here, he says, his fingers near the top of the map on a segment of coast jutting out into the great ocean. Seems nice, seems like a shithole.
It has its problems.
The rectangular water...
Let me see. Right here. No, it does not.
Look at the perforations.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Let's look at something. Tally up the different rows.
The first row has 18 dots.
What about the next one?
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Count them individually.
There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200.
What about the last row?
The last row has 3 perforations.
3, that's it?
That's it. There are many of them. And right. The
Hey
meaning
Kim,
of the
what
perforations
do all these
remains
holes mean?
opaque
Point to the
to
dots
you.
on the watermark.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Son, here is where we score your life performance. Better hope it's good.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
Wait, 18 years? I've done this? Got drunk like a megastar. I walked the land, telling horrors and lies of the end to come. There's our 9,855 days remaining. The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? Wait, 18 years I've done this? Got drunk like a megastar, walked the land telling whores and liars of the end to come. There are 9,855 days remaining.
Fair point. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see... Wow, more than 200! It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers. Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
Confirmed kills. That sounds pretty evil. A drink would soften that feeling.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock Quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
He's sincerely glad you're not a scary predator. Not to say relieved you're competent.
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.